Of a case. We have no evidence, no proof that our guy didn't kill the guy, didn't kill the guard. Um, yeah, so we just need to bluster our way through some trial at this point because we are in over our heads at this point. We need to find some serious evidence or we're going to lose this case. Is this where we started from, I'm assuming? I believe so. Let me start from the, just to make sure I didn't, here we go. Let's start
I did
from
everything
here.
right and they indicted me.
They indicted me. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best, Sprawl. Hi, Brainbuster. What's going on? So, next, we could go back to the Chocolate Emporium, but I don't suggest we go there right yet. We don't want to go back to the bar just yet. We could go to the library. That might be an option. Or we can go back to the palace. We probably should go back to the palace and look for some stuff. No worries, Brainbuster. Falcon and Sparrowson once again find themselves in the Place de Carousel, just outside the Louvre. Well, thank you, Brainbuster. I appreciate that. This is, like I've mentioned, this is really what I'm into these days. I'm really wanting to progress my voice acting. So, I'm going to just fill my lungs full of smoke and just start a new voice acting session like every grand professional. So, which exhibitations are we visiting today? Should probably go back and check all three of them, to be honest. We might not be able to do anything here. We've already seen that. We could go check out the gallery, see... Oh, no. Shit, this is probably going to miss,
Or when are you going to voice act your own literature?
At some point. We'll see. This is going to take a whole day. No. Hold on. I'm not going to waste a day if this is going to not give us any, if it's not going to give us any information. Let's start back over. And instead, maybe we should go talk to the prince. We haven't, let's go back to the conciergerie. What do you want? Visiting hours, no. Visiting hours, no. Okay. We need to find where the plot wants us to go. We could check out this, oh, here we go. Imagine how much of a shitty person you are that you lead Britain through its... No, that lost it. And they still kick you out of office. Look, I don't know much about Winston Churchill other than that he talks really bombastically. Ooh, customers. Hello? Is this the office of Renard Valpus? Ah, it's you two. Mousy, what are you doing here? Oh, this is where I work. See? R and M, Renard and Mousy. Monsieur Renard Volpez and I carry out all sorts of investigations together. Although, to be entirely honest, it's normally Monsieur Volpez who chooses which cases to take on. I see. Well, then, can we speak with Monsieur Volpez? Oh, I'm afraid that won't be possible. See, Monsieur Volpez is on vacation right now. He's visiting his father in England. England? But he is set to return in a week or two. Maybe you could come back then? That's no good to us. Our case will be over by then. There's nothing to be done about it. I suppose we'll have to come back later. Okay. He is no good to us either. Okay, so here... Is there anything for us here at the Palace of Justice before we spend too much time? I gotta find a lead. Scoping the place out. Come on, Falcon. I'm not saying he's not guilty. He's not giving me a whole lot... Oh, I know where we need to go. We need to go talk to the Swan. That's strange. I don't see any sign of the flower girl. Yeah, probably... Oh, I forgot that I scared her off. Shit. Oh, maybe you scared her off with your horrendous and inappropriate flirting technique. I'll have you know that I can flirt like a peacock in tail fanning mode. We really don't have time for this discussion. Let's just continue our investigation elsewhere. Okay, we are coming up dead empty. That place is nothing. We could go to the library. Let's go to the library. That place is completely new. We might find something. Can a sparrow do a swan? I'm gonna guess no. Here for a little light reading, are we? Not quite, Sparrowson. I'm following the hunting beagle's advice. Don't eat poisoned pork. The other piece of advice, that if we want to learn about a member of royalty, we should hit the library. Oh, that makes sense. Say, Falcon, I've been meaning to ask, since we're in a library and all, are you a classic literature fan, or do you prefer more modern works? I feel like I should stick with Falcon's reading is for squares ongoing. Last time we entered this, we also answered reading is for squares. Reading is so blasé. Give me a good modern opera any day. Good call. Nothing beats a well-made show. Speaking of which, I hear they're performing La Damnation de Faust at the Opera Comique. I would sell my soul for front row tickets.
Would you, messieurs, mind lowering your voices? I can hear your squawking from the other side of the building.
Oh, my apologies, monsieur. That's a man. I apologize. We'll keep it down. Wait, that's an opera joke? Which one? Wait. You're a librarian, aren't you?
An astute observation. Yes, monsieur. As the only quiet person in the library, I am most assuredly the librarian.
Yeah, I didn't catch that one. Well, now that we have your attention, my friend wants to ask you something. I do? Oh, right, I do. I borrowed this book from a friend. What can you tell me about it?
Don Quixote of...
What accent is that?
Don Quixote of La Mancha. It's a classic. Everybody has read it.
Yeah, everybody. But for those who haven't...
Not going to sit here and summarize a great work of literature for two imbeciles who are too lazy to read.
Nor would I expect you to, monsieur. But what can you tell us about the physical book itself?
This particular book did not come from any library, if that's what you are asking. See, there is no library stamp or card. I assume it was acquired from a bookshop. A French bookshop, if the French translation and publishing information wasn't a giveaway.
I see. Thank you.
Did you have any other questions, or can I get back to work?
You seem like a scholarly, well-read individual. I'm sure you're up to date on geopolitical news and the like.
I don't need your praise. Spit out whatever imbecilic question is in the back of your throat.
Well, we understand that the Spanish throne is currently under dispute. Can you give us a brief rundown on who the contenders are?
What a trivial question. Even an elementary school child can name the immediate heirs to every throne in Europe.
Yeah, but for the sake of those children who slept through that class, can you refresh our memories?
Very well. Pay attention, because I'm not repeating myself. The current reigning monarch of Spain is Queen Regent Isabella II of the House of Bourbon, daughter of King Ferdinand VII. Upon her death, the crown would likely fall to her husband, King Consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz.
Thank you, Brainbuster. French is like the only accent I'm even remarkably good. And as soon as I acknowledge that, I'm going to be terrible at French from here on out.
Although it is certainly possible that an immediate family member could stake a claim. However, the Queen's position is currently being disputed by the Carlists, headed by the Count of oh, hold on.
I have a Hortense set up for this.
Montemolin.
Montemolin. I hope that answers your question.
Did you catch all that, Sparrowson? Not a word.
Monsieur, we're actually interested...
Wrong voice. Monsieur, we're actually interested in a Prince Juan Querido of Spain. I don't think I've heard that name in your explanation.
A Prince Juan Querido? Is that what you said? Monsieur, I think you've been misinformed. There is no current Prince of Spain, and I'm not even sure Querido is a real name. It is certainly no line of any Spanish monarchy.
How strange. What does this mean, Falcon? Well, one thing is sure. Our client is not the Prince of Spain. Can we second guess this? We're trusting some donkey. No disrespect to the donkey, but I mean, can we get, like, some other information? Like, maybe he's a delusional lunatic. Or perhaps he's involving us in some sort of con. We don't have long before the trial, but it might be in our interest to confront Prince Juan directly and get some answers. You really think the Prince of Spain would hire your failing law firm? I don't know Spain's life, Sprawl. I'm just the attorney, okay? I'm just here for the money. I don't care if he's the king of Spain. I don't care if he's the king of Bermuda. I just want money. Right.
Prince Jose Canseco.
Are you two done chit-chatting?
Yeah, that's it. Don't worry, monsieur. I think we're done here. Thank you for your time.
Then then I bid you good day.
Bitch, I don't know your life. Exactly. It's like we didn't actually get any evidence there. Oh, yeah, we need to go back to the prison. We need to talk to the prince. If I can.
You again. Visiting hours are over. Come back later. I have no time for your quibbling, monsieur. Stand aside. You can't talk to me like that.
I most certainly can. I have reason to believe that you are housing a suspect under false pretenses. The smallest bone in the human body is the stirrup bone, which is located in the ear. That is in direct violation of statutes 204B and 488C of the French Criminal Code of Justice. Failure to comply with our request may result in you, yes, you, monsieur, being held directly responsible for any consequential legal action.
All right. No need to break out the legalese on me. I'll go open the cell.
Wow, Falcon, how did you memorize those legal codes? Memorize? Come on, Sparrowson, learn how to bluff. Yeah, he just made that... Oh, God! It's so loud! Just turn you down just a tiny bit. Holy Christ, forgot. Give me 1 second. Woo.
Senor Falcon, it is so good to see you again. You have some good news about my case, I hope.
Falcon doesn't look happy. Confront angrily. Drop the act, Juan. You fed me a string of lies at our previous meeting, and I don't appreciate having my time wasted.
You appear upset, senor.
Of course I'm upset. You hired me to defend you, and then you made every effort to sabotage your own case. Tell me, what's your real name?
Why, senor, it's Juan Querido, of course.
If you want your trial to be a farce, then you don't need my help. Come, Sparrowson, we're leaving.
Wait. Calm down. Calm yourself, Monsieur Falcon. I'll reveal all.
Did you just say monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent that Roar forgot to add?
Your suspicions are well placed. Juan Querido is not my real name, and I am not a Spanish prince. That was just a persona I concocted for the purpose of getting arrested.
So what is your real name?
What's in a name? It is just an empty label, a vapid reflection of who we really are.
I think that's fur at that point, kitty.
Today I am Juan Querido, the Prince of Spain. Tomorrow I may be Bruno Reyes, a pauper living under a bridge of the Seine. But that doesn't change who I am or what I do.
That didn't really answer my question.
No, I suppose it didn't. But you are a smart bird, Monsieur Falcon. I suspect that you already know my real name.
Not a clue. Do I? Oh. Oh, yeah, yeah, that makes sense because Mousy hired me. That does actually make a little bit of sense. You are Renard Velpez, private investigator.
Very astute. And you are Monsieur Falcon, private defense attorney. But that wasn't always your name, was it, Monsieur Falcon? Just like me, you know how to adopt a new persona on a whim.
You changed your name, Falcon. I didn't know that. This isn't about me, Juan, Renard, Monsieur. We're trying to uncover the truth here.
Of course. So what truth is it that you are attempting to uncover, Monsieur Falcon?
Why would you want to get arrested?
You are putting me in a difficult position, monsieur. If I tell you the full story, I would be putting someone else in danger. How about this? I'll tell you a story.
I like stories.
There was a girl, a mademoiselle, who was in, it's this one, who was in a great deal of debt. It's this one. Everyone has debt these days, monsieur. Indeed, but this particular mademoiselle was indebted to a very powerful man, and that man wished to collect. The mademoiselle had no means of paying, so the man offered her a deal. Murder this man, and I will forget what you are owed. Refuse, and I will reap what I am owed from your parents. With no alternative options, the mademoiselle accepted. But another man, a gallant knight, that's you, with foolish, archaic notions of
This particular mademoiselle, it's the swan.
Oh shit. You guys hear that?
archaic notions of chivalry, heard the mademoiselle's story. The knight knew that murder was inevitable, but he saw a way to take the fall in the mademoiselle's place. Do you understand what I am saying, monsieur?
I'm gonna play this straight. I understand, monsieur. To be honest, it wasn't the subtlest of allegories.
Storytelling was never my strong suit. But I'm glad that you're seeing things from my perspective. Hopefully, that sheds some light on the situation.
Why didn't you just say what you meant?
If I may ask, monsieur, why did you not go to the police with the information that you had? The police are not always an option. What is a man to do when the justice system itself is the problem?
I'll let you know when I figure it out, monsieur.
A cob. Dwell on it. Perhaps we should talk about something else in the meantime.
I don't have any more questions for you, Juan. I think we've learned all we can for now.
Really? I don't think we've learned all that much. Oh, Monsieur Falcon, before I forget, could you find Mousy and ask him whether the birds have successfully flown south for the winter?
Whether the birds have flown south? What is that? Some sort of code?
Yes, something like that. But rest assured, monsieur, that this does directly pertain to the case.
Well, if we have time, I'll be sure to let Mousy know. I hope it doesn't take a day of my time, because the trip to the museum did. Also, I like the purple haze in the background of the stream right now. It's very, very, very offsetting to the black and white. Let's make a move, Sparrowson. Trial day is approaching. Right. I think trial day is like tomorrow. Oh, it's Friday, I think. I think we got one more day. Okay, if like my power goes out, the storm has decided to happen now. So there seems to be a storm out there. I'm feeling pretty
This guy looks like he could take care of himself in prison.
I'm feeling pretty confident about this case. The big picture's coming together nicely. I'm somewhat relieved that Prince Juan came clean. His secret was putting the whole case in jeopardy. Jeopardy. We've still got 1 day until the trial, but how to spend it? I suppose we could revisit the Louvre, or we could just play cards at the can. Is there something wrong, Sparrowson? You're being unusually quiet. Falcon, we need to talk. What's up? See, I was doing some thinking. Dangerous thing to do, I know. Anyways, I realized that we're missing a crucial piece of evidence. What evidence would that be? Well, we know that Major Howell consumed a piece of chocolate before he died. No, we don't. And we know that he died of poisoning. Yes, we do. But we still aren't sure that the chocolate was the cause. That's true. If we keep pushing the chocolate theory, Cocorico will almost certainly bring that up. So I thought to myself, if I were to consume the wrapper itself, then that may provide proof of whether it contains traces of poison. Well, sure, that could work, but it would be incredibly foolish. Wait, were you thinking of eating the wrapper, Sparrowson? Maybe. Well, stop those thoughts right now. I'm not going to let you potentially kill yourself like that. I knew you'd say that. That's why I already consumed the wrapper. 45 minutes ago. Goddamn idiots. This is Sparrowson! God, fucking... worthless. What is this monster? Holy God. Doctor, is Sparrowson okay? Also, what monster are you? Are you a stork? Well, he's not conscious right now, but he is stable. I think it's safe to say that your friend is not on his deathbed. Oh, thank God. How did you say this happened again? It's a long story. Lawyering occupational hazard. Doctor, can you tell me what poison caused this? I have no idea. I'm an expert in mental health, not toxicology. But I have sent for a specialist who should be here by tomorrow morning. He will make a full assessment. That's good to hear.
That device is going straight up Sparrowson's butt.
That's like the length of Sparrowson. I hope not. Thanks, Doctor. Take good care of him. Wait a moment. There's the matter of the bill. We'll have to discuss it later. I have an important case to prepare for, and I'm one partner down. I see. Well, rest assured that your friend is in good hands. I'm stiffing you. Stiffing you. Dead stiffing you. This is terrible. What the hell was Sparrowson thinking? I can't win a case like this. You, I've finally found you. Someone say something. Running around like a headless chicken, you're one tricky lawyer to find. I told you to drop the investigation, but you wouldn't listen. Who's speaking? I can't see you, monsieur. Step forward. All right, I'll step forward. But it will be the last thing you'll ever see. I heard, au revoir, JJ Falcon. What just happened? Where am I? Am I dead? No, that can't be right. This is nighttime. I'm just sleeping like a bird. Somebody put a blanket over its head. If I focus and count to 3, I should be able to wake up. 1, 2... Oh, did it work? Dame Caterline. I can't believe how easy you were to fool. I put on a cutesy voice, acted all innocent, and you ate the whole thing up. Silence. I shouldn't be surprised. There are no words that excuse the heinous act of putting an innocent man on death row. It wasn't my fault. Hey, where are you going? Out of my... That's not me. Out of my way, Severin. I'm not done talking to Dame Caterline. It wasn't my fault? Is that the excuse you make after all of your failures? I'm not making excuses. Failure after failure after failure. No desire to improve yourself. You're a joke of a lawyer, JJ. Don't call me JJ. That's all you have to say. How pathetic. You don't even deserve to stand in your grandfather's shadow. My grandfather. I'll prove you wrong. I can do better. Oh, it's you, Sparrowson. Have you come to berate me too? What? No, I'm just here to tell you to wake up. Wake up, monsieur. Wake up. Hey, can you hear me? I said wake up.
Honestly, Kokoriko is right. Falcon's dying dreams are pretty pathetic.
I mean, it's that he can't control his dreams. It's not his fault. Oh, I'm at the bridge. Nice. Did they drop me in? Oh, it's the Kingfisher.
Come on, monsieur, wake up. I said wake up. You're starting to worry me.
Oh, I'm wet again.
Oh, thank goodness. I wasn't sure whether we'd have to find a doctor or a mortician.
My head. Oh, where am I?
The Pont des Arts, you know, by the Louvre, in Paris, France. I just fished you out of the Seine. Nearly broke my rod doing it. Wait, I know you. You're that disrespectful lawyer guy. Giro Falco or something.
What time is it?
Actually, what day is it? You hit your head pretty hard, didn't you? It's the 21st of January, at about 9 o'clock in the morning by my reckoning.
21st, 9 o'clock. No, the trial. I should have been at the the ass place 10 minutes ago.
Well, you're running late, but take it easy, monsieur. I'm sure they'll be understanding.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Cocorico and the wolf. I'm sure they will. Maybe if I sprint it.
In your condition, that would be stupid. Take a seat. Clear your head. I'll go get some dry clothes.
No time.
Wait, monsieur. At least take this before you go.
What is this? A dip pen? No, it's a modern fountain pen. Bone handle, gold nib. This is very fancy. Thanks, monsieur, but this isn't mine.
Really? Are you sure? You were holding it pretty tightly when I found you.
I was holding this. Then I suppose it has to be mine. Give Phantom a big kiss on the mouth. Not on the mouth. A big kiss on the forehead for me. Thanks, Fish. Give yourself a kiss on the mouth. Like, kiss your hand and then kiss your face. Like, just be like, mwah. And just kiss your face. From me. An e-kiss. That goes to you can all have an e-kiss, but everybody else, you gotta do it on your cheeks. Only Kitty gets to, only she can do it on her mouth. Thanks, fisherman. I owe you one.
Hey, don't call me a fisherman.
Oh boy, it's time for court. Watch your ears. It won't be as loud for you.
It's 9 o'clock. I believe it's time for the roll call. Is the defense not present?
Tis such unprofessionalism.
If there's no defense, then this trial cannot proceed any further. We must make a ruling based on the evidence that's already been presented. I will now converse with the jury. We shall decide whether Prince Juan is guilty of murdering Major Howell and of conspiring to murder the king.
Your Honor, may I have a word?
Fine, but make it quick.
I am a firm believer that a trial must be orderly and punctual. There is no room for wishy-washy dilly-dallying. There it goes. It's back. Yeah, it should be back now. I don't know how far back I was. No, my job description is to prosecute, but I am here in this courtroom to ensure that justice is served. An unfair and unbalanced trial is not in the spirit of justice. Cocorico is kind of a douche, but he seems like he's a good lawyer. That's very noble of you, but if the defense is absent, then there is little that can be done. I'll hear no more of the matter. Also, there's no video. There is absolutely video. You got an ad for Papa John's pizza made out of Doritos and dipped in Cool Ranch. Nothing wrong with that. Enjoy it. And, you know, food is food. Not to everybody's standards. I will now talk with the jury. Wait. The defense is present, Your Honor. You're too late, Falcon. Mon Dieu, JJ, you look like a total mess. Did you take your morning swim in the Seine or something? Something like that. Your Honor, we are all present. We are the only 3 minutes over schedule. Let's not needlessly dirty the pure name of justice. Rules are rules, prosecutor. Falcon clearly has no respect for legal procedure. Frankly, for turning up while looking like a drowned rat, I ought to hold him in contempt of court. Your Honor. Oops. But Your Honor. Rules are rules. One more word out of either. I don't know what that last one was. One more word out of either of you, and I shall have you both disbarred. It's a pity. The King of France was most looking forward to standing behind the witness podium. The King of France. He's here. Oh, Lord. Oh, are we not doing the trial after all? That's a pity. Your Majesty. What is a surprise? Well, you see, you know, it's my 7th time testifying against a would-be assassin. But it's the first time seeing a trial where the case has ended before it even began. The defense, he was late, and, oh, pish-posh! France didn't become a great and dignified kingdom through rigorous punctuality. Let's go ahead with the trial. It'll be fun! Look, I'll say the oath to get us started. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Did I get it right? That was perfect, Your Majesty. JJ, I trust you have no objections with the king testifying? No objections here. Going ahead with the trial is fine by me. And surely you wouldn't stand in the way of the king, would you, Your Honor? Fine. Proceed with this cursed trial. Excellent. Now, Your Majesty, could you tell us your activities on the day of the murder? My activities? Well, I started my day with tea and toast, as I normally do. I was dressed in my PJs at the time. I think you can skip ahead a little, perhaps to your arrival at the Louvre. Right, of course. Well, my entourage and I entered through the Louvre south entrance at 9 o'clock. We passed through the Salle de Thébert with little fanfare. At the Grand Gallery, I unveiled the new painting and gave a short speech to inspire the citizens that attended. That's when I was approached by a man claiming to be the Prince of Spain. He presented a rose, which was taken by Major Howell, and, well, I think you know the rest. Indeed we do, your majesty. Mesdames and messieurs of the court, what we have here is another testimony that establishes Prince Juan's guilt. And this is no ordinary testimony. It is the testimony of perhaps the most trustworthy man. Okay. New server. New server should work, right? Maybe? Hopefully? Okay. So, coming back from that downtime, last we saw the king just asked if he was the most trustworthy in all the kingdoms. Alright, so I'm going to F5 one more time. Smash that F5 button if you are not live. And if you're not, then clearly you can't hear me anyways. I have no doubts, your majesty. Nonetheless, I'd like to perform a cross-examination. How dare you doubt your king? The utter nerve! Oh, calm yourself, Judge. I have no qualms with standard legal procedure. Defense, please proceed. I want to see your best courtroom drama material. Your Majesty, you say that you entered the Louvre from the south entrance. Indeed, we approached from the Hotel de Ville, so it was an easy riverside stroll. Are you sure? Did you see anyone or anything suspicious around the Louvre's entrance? Suspicious? I'm afraid not, monsieur. Just the regular riverside types, bourgeois, vendor, people who fish, and the like. I see. I don't think that's one of my options. I'm not going to ask him if he was sure. Your Majesty, you say that you passed through the Salle de Tibère uneventfully. Indeed! We stopped briefly to look at the paintings and then moved to the Grand Gallery. Bourgeoisie, thank you. Could you elaborate? What did you see in the Salle de Tibère? What did I see? Well, Roman stuff mostly. I mean, I meant aside from the Roman artifacts. For example, did you talk to someone in the room who wasn't a member of your entourage? You're reaching, JJ. The king already testified that he passed through without encountering anything of interest. I want the king to elaborate. I have reason to believe that this was a key moment on the day of the murder. I want the king. I don't want. You couldn't. Did you have to say I want the king? Couldn't you have like asked nicely? I want the king to elaborate on exactly what and who he saw. Then I suppose you will have to proceed, your majesty. All right, let me think. So there was that giant doorstop and that copper urn thing. Oh, there was something else now that you ask. I was offered a box of chocolates by some peasant mademoiselle. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, but Major Howell was keen to accept a chocolate or two on my behalf. What? Did I say something startling, prosecutor? No. No? No. Please continue, your majesty. I think the prosecution is startled because he just came to a realization that I was not spouting drivel in the previous trial session. Well, that's debatable. To cut a long story short, your majesty, this mademoiselle may hold some relevance to the case at hand. Could you describe her? Really? She's relevant? Well, let me think. I didn't get a good look at her face, but she was a sorry-looking swan, probably in her late teens or early 20s. A young, sorry-looking swan, you say? I don't suppose her name was... Just pull up my book real quick. Catherine Marie Sign. Mademoiselle Sign? Sign. That sounds familiar. Why, yes, I think that was it. She was called Mademoiselle Sign. I see. This is undoubtedly significant. Mademoiselle Sign gave chocolates to Major Hal moments before he died. Now, wait just a minute. I see what you're alluding to, JJ. You're suggesting that the gifted chocolates killed the Major. But that line of reasoning holds no weight because the evidence is circumstantial. Circumstantial, my tail feathers. The king just testified that Major Hal ate chocolates. Yes, that much is no longer in dispute, but you still have not proved that the chocolates were poisoned. Without that, we must assume that the swan was merely offering a gift, rather than speculating that she is the murderer.
Yes, yes! Shame on you, defense, implicating a poor, innocent girl like that. Absolutely disgusting. Why, I ought to end this trial.
Hold on. I do have evidence that the chocolate was, in fact, poisoned. I don't believe you, JJ. If you had a piece of evidence that significant, you would have slammed it down already. Present it. Well, I can't. It's not really the evidence folder type of evidence. Why am I not surprised? The drama was just getting good. Why did you suddenly go quiet? Well, Your Majesty, it appears the defense just had a realization of his own. That is, that he lacks the evidence to support his theory. Since he cannot continue with his argument, I believe that the cross-examination has come to an end. Are you kidding? I've only gotten to, the second thing. I'm not done yet, you pissant. I'm not done yet. Let me present my evidence. See, I had the chocolate wrapper in the office, and Sparrowson ate it. Stop, JJ, stop while you still have a little dignity. The results of whatever crackpot pseudoscientific experiment you performed do not constitute valid. Hey, there it is. No? That kind of looks promising, no? That's right. There we go. I think we'll try the New York server. That one might work. Okay, well, there we go. Seem to be up and running again. I was going to go on to the next trial, but maybe I'll end early after this, because it's just like, my God. Alright, we seem to be back up and running. We don't have any evidence. The king is over there. I think this trial is over.
About bloody time. You may take your leave, Your Majesty.
Very well. I am pleased that justice has been thoroughly served. Until the next assassination attempt, adieu, messieurs.
I will now deliberate with the jury.
Objection! Hey, it's Sparrowson! Sorry, I've always wanted to do that. Sparrowson, are you okay? Yep. The doctor said that I have an iron stomach. Most of the poison passed straight through me. Speaking of which, I'd like to testify on that poison chocolate issue. I even got a doctor's note. See?
It's too late. The trial is over.
You can't be serious, Your Honor. The contents of that note could turn this entire trial on its head. You must allow it.
Why are you constantly arguing with me? I thought the job of a public prosecutor was to assist the judges.
I told you, Your Honor, my job is not to get a guilty verdict. It's to ensure that justice is served.
Swear you're the worst prosecutor in all of France.
Go ahead, Sparrowson. Read the contents of the note for the court to hear. Ahem. This patient, Sparrowson, was submitted to that hospital, where he displayed a variety of symptoms. This included profuse sweating, a rapid fever, and severe nausea. The patient was diagnosed with poisoning, probably originating from the plant known as aconite, aka monkshood, aka Wolfsbane. When we questioned the patient, he admitted to having consumed a discarded chocolate wrapper, potentially carrying the poison. Examining the contents of the patient's stomach confirmed this to be true. As a mental health professional, I believe this patient to be clinically okay. We can skip that bit. Yada yada. Okay, yeah, here we go. Signed, Dr. Fowret. Thank you, Sparrowson. I don't think I'll even need to question you. Between your note and the king's testimony, every angle of the chocolate wrapper business has been covered. Awesome. Wait, did you say the king's here? You can get his autograph later. Right. So, what happens now? Do I get cross-examined by the prosecution or something? To be honest, I see little to cross-examine. Do your damned job, prosecutor. Cross-examine that little annoying liar of a bird. Tear his testimony to shreds. Your Honor, he has a note signed by a medical professional definitively proving that the chocolate wrapper from the crime scene was poisoned. We could nitpick the details or delve into the doctor's credentials, but I fear it would be a waste of the court's time. Nobody wants that. So what the hell do we do now? We do nothing, Your Honor. This poisoned wrapper has introduced an element of doubt into the case. The prosecution must accept that. But is the level of doubt reasonable? Is it significant? I think that members of the jury will agree. JJ's evidence is still tenuous. Tenuous? A step above circumstantial. You have proven a link, a not wholly illogical link, but you haven't proved beyond doubt that Major Howell was killed by the chocolate. You are still making far too many assumptions. Where is the empiricism that was required by any good court of law? Where are the witnesses who can back up your claims? Oh, I brought along a witness. Maybe she can help. Thanks, Sparrowson. Hello.
You.
Sparrowson, it's great to see you on your feet, and you have been a great, enormous asset to the case. But what are you trying to pull off now? Surprise witness! Yeah, I remember you mentioning that Kakariko liked calling surprise witnesses, so I thought we could beat him at his own game. I brought the flower girl, Mademoiselle Sign, so she can testify about Prince Juan's character. You are putting me in a difficult position, Sparrowson. Just moments before you arrived, we, the court, established that she is a possible suspect for this case. What? That can't be right. Sparrowson, it's okay. Monsieur Falcon, I would like to testify. You want to testify. You do understand what you are agreeing to. I do. I have accepted my fates. Prosecutor, do you have any objections to me calling upon Mademoiselle Sign as a witness? No, none. Bearing in mind, of course, that you are here to defend Prince Juan, not to convict Mademoiselle Sign. Prosecuting is my job. That's not my job either, Sprawl. Of course.
I have no objections either. Please proceed, witness. Speak the oath.
The oath?
Say that you swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
I swear, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Good, very good.
Please state your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Catherine Marie Sign, and I am a flower seller. Mademoiselle Sign, tell the courtroom of your activities on the morning of the 7th of January. Oh, very well. I saw the king and his entourage enter the Louvre at around 9 o'clock.
So is this Sparrowson's idea of a date?
I mean, I guess. I followed. When they came to a stop at the Salle de Père, I stepped forward and offered the king a chocolate. He refused, but a guard, a big dog by the name of Major Howell, was happy to oblige. The guard died because I, personally, had previously added poison to the chocolates. No, that can't be right. I used poison derived from monkshod, a notoriously dangerous plant. As a flower seller, it was simple to acquire. Why did you do it, mademoiselle? Why, monsieur, people have tried to kill a king before, and people will try again. He is a vile man who has no respect or love for the people who suffer under him. I did it to better the French people. I don't believe that at all. Falcon, say something. Mademoiselle, are you being coerced or threatened? Speak freely. No, monsieur. I am confessing. I am confessing of my own volition. It is my guilt, and no one else's. What do you mean I've gained favor with the jury? She admitted it!
Well, defense, it looks like you've wormed a confession out of this murderous
Pute?
Pute. I suppose that gets your client, Prince Juan, completely off the hook. Lucky you. So, shall we wrap this court session up?
I mean, I rest my case. Yeah, I think so, Your Honor. As far as I can see, Mademoiselle Sign's confession completely exonerates my client. I rest my case. Falcon, you can't be serious. As the public prosecutor for the trial of Prince Juan, I ought to cross-examine the witness to test the validity of her testimony. But in truth, I see little to cross-examine. The Mademoiselle's confession seems to be completely in keeping with the narrative already established in this trial. I will undertake some basic fact-checking to ensure that everything is in order, but my work for this trial is done.
Good. Very good. I shall now converse with the jury, although I suspect this won't take long.
What exactly would you like me to do, Sprawl? You want me to BS my way out of her? And what? To what end? One, end up and lose my case? No. It's not my... Don't worry, mademoiselle. We'll get you out of this. Won't we, Falcon? Sparrowson, you are clearly a caring individual, but this outcome is for the best. How the hell is for the best? My parents are safe. That's all I wanted. Your parents, but what about you?
Well, that deliberation was straightforward. We find the defendant, Prince Juan Corrido, to be cleared of all charges. We therefore find the defendant not guilty. Ding!
No, just the sound of nothing. It was my confetti cannon and nothing else. Your Honor, what will happen to me?
You? Well, you haven't been formally tried yet. But fortunately for you, we have a free trial slot this afternoon. We should be able to determine your guilt by nightfall. You may even see the blade of a guillotine by tomorrow. How lucky!
I see. Then, I suppose this is goodbye, Monsieur Falcon, Monsieur Sparrowson. Mademoiselle, wait! It can't end like this. I must be honest. I am most disappointed with you, Senor Falcon. You're disappointed? I did the impossible to secure you a not guilty verdict. Senor, I didn't just hire you to prove my innocence. I hired you because I thought you were a lawyer with a philosophy, an ideal. Alas, I hired... Oh, piss off! Nope. Nope, I'm not buying that. You're not spec op the lining me on this one. Nope. I'm sorry. Did she not just try and murder the king? Not at all. I have done no wrong. If the mademoiselle is innocent, then she will be proven as such during her own trial. Will she? Tell me, Monsieur Falcon, have you ever seen a faulty judgment in this courtroom? I thought as much. I suspect this is the last you will see of Prince Swan. Wait, before you go, we need our payment. You really are a bottom-of-the-barrel attorney, aren't you? You are an insult. Oh, piss off. You are an insult to your reputable family name. The Falcon name is reputable? I didn't know that. No, not Falcon. His original name. Perhaps you should learn who your mentor really is, Senor Sparrowson. His history may surprise you.
She said tried to kill a king roar. If the king was trapped on a metal tube at the bottom of the ocean and died, you'd be laughing.
Yeah, but we just met the king. The king seemed perfectly nice to me. I'm sorry, were we not looking for a actual... No, I'm not. You're not spec up the lining me. It does not matter, I suppose. Here is your payment. Give me my money. This is less than half of what we agreed. It's more than twice of what you deserve.